Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. Oh, man. It's been a wonderful Memorial Day weekend out here on the East Coast in Jersey. Beautiful weather. But we had a little bit of rain mixed in there, and I got myself to the movies quite a few times. And Saturday, during that rain, snuck out of the house for a little bit to go check out this high school comedy coming from Olivia Wilde, her directorial debut in the feature-length realm. I think she's done a couple music videos, a couple shorts. But first, go in the featured film route, and I really, really dug this movie. It's getting wonderful reviews, as it should. Very well deserved. This movie is funny. It's got a lot of heart. And I think it really captures high school in a way that will connect with multiple different generations. So what am I talking about? Well, you pull up a chair, man, take a seat. We're getting ready to dive in spoiler-free into Booksmart. This, for those unfamiliar, is a movie about two high school girls the day before graduation. In the school that they've kept like all the schools secret. No one knows where anyone's going, so that no one will have like hurt feelings. And we get to a moment in the movie where one of our leads, Molly, who's played by Beanie Feldstein, oh, so good. We'll get there. But she kind of finds out that some kids are talking trash, so she comes back at them like, whatever, you're not, what are you gonna do with your life? Like, these are kids who don't seem to really care about school. And they're all going to the same really, really awesome colleges and big-time schools like Harvard and Yale and Georgetown. And what you find out is that, Molly and her best friend Amy, played by Kaitlyn Dever, have only focused on school so they get into these awesome, prestigious schools. And meanwhile, everyone else did both. They did high school and they partied. So in the last night before graduation, Molly really, really wants to go out and experience like what high school maybe should have been for her and Amy. And it's wonderful, man. It's very, very much got a vibe like Superbad. You're toward the end of the year. Obviously Superbad kind of goes over the course of a couple of days. Here, yeah, you get a couple of days here too. But the night of, kind of how you bounce from like place to place. Very, very similar vibes to Superbad. But I was really, really getting hardcore vibes of Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Dazed and Confused. Yeah, there was a real strong 80s vibe to this high school comedy. Ways in which like the teachers interact with the students. Two of the teachers, well actually one of the teachers and the principal are played by Jessica Williams, who you might know from Two Dope Queens, which is absolutely hysterical. She plays Miss Fine, who is fine. It's a play on words that's extremely accurate. Because Jessica Williams, very, very beautiful woman, but she's a younger, more attractive teacher. So you kind of get to see her get to play around with that a little bit the night of the party, and the way she interacts specifically with Amy and Molly because they're very close. So like that kind of gave me vibes of like Dazed and Confused and Fast Times. And then Jason Sudeikis, who plays Principal Brown, same thing. He ends up kind of running into them in the course of the night in a not school way, and that plays really, really well. Sudeikis, as always, really, really funny. His wife utilized him quite well in the movie. And he certainly makes you laugh in the couple scenes that he's in. But this movie is really all about Kaitlyn Dever and Beanie Feldstein. They crush this movie. I won't lie. The movie, I thought, got out a little slow. As you're kind of getting into their world and fleshing things out. I love their chemistry and the way they riff off each other immediately. But it wasn't quite hitting like the way I thought it was going to hit. And then you get a little bit more into the movie and everything starts clicking, and where the story goes and the emotional beats and the comedy. Oh my gosh. So good. You will certainly get some Jonah Hill vibes. Beanie Feldstein, of course, Jonah Hill's sister, and that'll give you things that kind of feel like Superbad. And she has moments that are kind of similar, but I thought she rocked this all on her own, man. And I really loved her performance. She's really, really funny, but she also pulls you in, man, emotionally. Toward the end of the second act, you get a couple moments with her. I was like, damn, man, like, hit me here, Beanie Feldstein. And same with Kaitlyn Dever. Amy, who obviously we've seen in the trailers, is an already out-of-the-closet lesbian, but she's never been with a girl. So that's kind of one of the focuses of the party, Molly really wants Amy to go after this one girl named Ryan, played by Victoria Ruska. Oh man, she's awesome. Has very, very minor sequences, but really funny, and captures you right away. So you can see why, Amy would be interested, and why Molly would be kind of pushing her for it. And that kind of also leads to like a secret about Molly and someone she's interested in. That kind of all culminates at this party when they finally get there. And there is just some wonderful, wonderful stuff, especially for Kaitlyn Dever to take on. As far as like figuring out who she is. Like I said, she's already out, but she's never been with anybody. And that exploration, I thought Olivia Wilde did a really, really wonderful job and created one of the most beautiful cinematic pieces of film that I've seen all year. It's kind of this moment where Amy is just completely shedding her skin and really kind of opening herself up to experience. And it takes place like in the pool underwater. Oh, wow. And where Olivia Wilde takes that part of the story, like I said, there are emotional beats in this movie, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Really, really well executed. And Kaitlyn Dever just crushes that sequence. And then where it leads her, what's great is there's so many nods, I think, to other movies. She kind of ends up in a bathroom, and that very much had a can't hardly wait feel. Just so many things you could tell Olivia Wilde in that generation, like just before my generation. And a lot of those movies kind of cross over. So many things in high school films that I'm familiar with pop up in this movie. So even though it might be real easy to compare this to Superbad, especially because of Amy and Molly's relationship, the way it's structured, the way Amy is kind of plays things when she's in crowds versus when it's just her and Molly, and kind of like where they kind of come to a head, which also happens in Superbad. And while there might be all these things in there, I think there are a lot of other movies that influence this thing, and that wonderful mixture of different vibes and styles of things from different high school movies, I think created a really, really vibrant world for Molly and Amy, and Beanie Feldstein and Kaitlyn Dever just absolutely crush start to finish. And like I said, one of the other things I love is that they don't know where the party is, so they kind of have to go from like to place, and they bop to a couple different spots. And you get to meet other kids from the school. Skylar Gazondo, who plays Jared, absolutely love him. He's really over the top and really, really funny. And where his kind of story climax goes, I love that. And his best friend, played by Billie Lourd, who I absolutely love, especially if you follow my American Horror stuff, I love me some Billie Lourd. She is wonderful in this movie. She plays Jared's best friend, Gigi, and she is over the top, absolutely insane the whole movie, and it's so wonderful to watch. And her interactions with Molly and Amy are great because of the things that she kind of leads them into. We get one of those classic high school comedy kind of trippy scenes, and what they decide to do, it was so good. It was probably my favorite funny stretch of the movie. Absolutely, really, really fun. I loved how they played it and how they played with it. And like I said, it's that mixture of all sorts of things. And of course, in a high school comedy, you gotta get a couple parents in there. Charmaine and Doug, who were Amy's mom and dad, played by Lisa Kudrow and Will Forte. It allows Beanie Feldstein to play a little bit because they think that Molly and Amy are a thing. And there's some really wonderful moments there, but Lisa Kudrow and Will Forte will always make you laugh. Really, really strong cast. Really, really fun movie that I think is very poignant, man. Like I said, it's this nice mixture of different kind of vibes of different movies, but also the subject matter is very, very relevant to today. And I think the things that kids go through in high school, it's a very, very diverse high school, which might not be the norm. But I think it allowed them to kind of point out lots of different stories that allow all high schoolers, anyone that's been to high school or elementary school, or, just grown up as a kid at some point in life, to connect with this movie on multiple different layers. So you get all that stuff, man. Really, really solid performances. I just love where they take this and the lessons that both Molly and Amy learn in the movie. I just think were very poignant and well delivered by the end of the movie. And the end, I just love the way the end plays. Again, the end is the perfect mashup of comedy and heart. The last two scenes of the movie. And, I think Olivia Wilde just crushed it. Kaitlyn Dever, Beanie Feldstein crushed it, and the writing credits. You gotta shout out the writers, man, because the writing I thought was really, really, really strong. The content. That was another thing, man. There's a lot of dialogue in this movie. So while there are scenes and we see things happen, where the movie thrives is in the dialogue that's being delivered. And Susanna Fogel, Emily Halpern, Sarah Haskins, Katie Silberman. Huge shout out because the dialogue is really, really strong. The writing is really strong, and it just allows everybody else to play in a way that just creates a really, really good movie. Like, this isn't just a fun movie. This is a great movie. I absolutely love Booksmart, man. I thought I was going into something that would be kind of like Superbad, and I would just have fun, and I was just absolutely blown away. I really enjoyed it. And again, much like Lady Bird, really delivers the female perspective of so many of these high school, movies that we've seen, and I really dug where the movie took itself and the stories that it told. So there you go, man. Those are all my non-spoiler thoughts on Booksmart. Really dug it. Now I want to know what you're thinking, man. Have you gotten out to the theater this Memorial Day weekend? Did you go see Booksmart? Did you like it? What things were your favorite funny moments? Your favorite emotional moments? Did you like that there was a really good mixture of both? Did you like that it was told from the female perspective? Did you like our leads? Did you think Olivia Wilde did good? Let me know everything you thought if you saw the movie. And if you didn't like it, did it not work for you? What was good and bad? And if you haven't seen the movie, the old Seaman enticed you? I hope I have, man, because this one is really, really solid. And the more you kind of sit with it, even after you're out of the movie, you're like, it's a really good thing. So I hope I enticed you. I hope you go check out Booksmart. But leave all of your thoughts, man, down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, you want to come hang out with the Seaman and all the fun he'll be having this summer, you got to hit that subscribe button and then hit that little bell so you get the alerts and every time I drop a video, be the first to watch them, man. So for the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down on the Seaman, I'm signing off. Peace. Well, you guys are still here. You must be looking for some more content. Well, don't worry. Seaman's got you covered, man. You got videos like this guy and this guy. And if you haven't yet, and you want to come check out all the Seaman goodies, join the Cinema Sit Down squad, man. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell down below that, too, so you can get alerts every time I make new videos.